I never thought I'd be that woman. You know, the one who strays, the one who cheats, the one who carries a secret so heavy it keeps her up at night. But here I am, telling a story that still doesn't feel real. My name is Nicole. I'm 34. I've been married to Marcus for 7 years. We have 2 children, a boy named Jaden who's 5, and our little girl Layla who's 3. On the outside, we look like the perfect family. Smiling pictures on social media. Sunday morning pancakes. School drop-offs and bedtime stories. But inside something was off. Something I didn't want to admit, not even to myself. Marcus is a good man. He really is. He's faithful, hardworking, a wonderful father. But somewhere along the way, he stopped seeing me. We used to talk for hours about everything, life, dreams, silly stuff. But lately, all our conversations were about bills, groceries, the kids. We rarely touched, barely kissed. And when we did, it felt like routine. Not passion. Not love. That I started to feel like I was fading. Like I was just a background character in my own life. It was around that time that my job offered me a spot at a professional development conference in Atlanta. 3 days away from home. A hotel to myself. No kids waking me up at 3 o'clock early morning. No Marcus. I took it without hesitation. When I arrived in Atlanta, I felt lighter than I had in months. I checked into the hotel, a sleek downtown high-rise, and stood in front of the floor-length mirror, trying on different outfits until I found one that made me feel sexy. That first night, there was a welcome dinner in the hotel ballroom. I found myself sitting next to a man named Derek. He was with a tech company that partnered with ours. Tall, chocolate-skinned, well-dressed, with this effortless swagger that made you lean in closer without realizing it. We introduced ourselves, made small talk, and then dove into a conversation about everything from movies to childhood memories. We laughed. A lot. I remember thinking I haven't laughed like this in forever. When dinner ended, we walked out together. He told me he enjoyed talking to me, and I said the same. He didn't flirt, not overtly, but there was something in the way he looked at me. Like I mattered. The next day I saw him at breakfast. He invited me to sit with him and his coworkers. He made sure I had coffee just how I liked it. And again we talked. During the day we kept running into each other between breakout sessions. By lunch it felt natural. Like we were supposed to be near each other. That night a group of attendees decided to hit a nearby rooftop bar. I was hesitant at first, but Derek encouraged me to come. Said it would be fun. So I did. The night air was warm. The music was low. The city lights twinkled around us. Derek and I found ourselves alone at a table, sipping drinks, talking about everything and nothing. He asked me if I was happy. Just like that. Are you happy, Nicole? In your marriage? In your life? I hesitated. Then I said, I don't know. He nodded. That's an answer too. We didn't kiss that night. But something happened. An invisible thread tied us together in that moment. Something I didn't know how to stop. The final night of the conference was a formal gala. I wore a deep burgundy dress with a low back and heels that made me feel like a goddess. When Derek saw me, he froze. He looked at me like I was the only person in the room. We danced. Close. Slow. His hand rested low on my back. His eyes never left mine. And when the night ended, he offered to walk me to my room. The door. I turned to say goodnight. But I didn't open it. I just stood there. Waiting. When he leaned in to kiss me, I didn't stop him. The kiss turned into more. We stumbled into my room. Clothes came off. There was urgency, then softness. Passion, then quiet. He touched me in a way I hadn't felt in years. Not just physically, but emotionally. Like he saw me. That night was electric. And confusing. And unforgettable. He left early the next morning. Caught a flight before I even woke up. I never got to say goodbye. I flew home to Marcus and the kids. Smiled like nothing happened. Tucked the memory of that night away in a hidden corner of my mind. That I told myself it was a one-time thing. A moment of weakness. A mistake. But then, I was late. I didn't panic at first. My cycles were a little irregular. But after 2 weeks, I couldn't ignore it. I took a test. Positive. My heart dropped. I took 2 more tests. Same result. I sat in the bathroom staring at the mirror. Tears rolled down my face. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know whose baby it was. I told Marcus 2 days later. He was ecstatic. He cried actually. Picked me up and kissed me over and over. He said it was a miracle, that he had wanted another child but didn't want to pressure me. And I stood there, smiling with a lie stuck in my throat that I didn't tell Derek. I didn't even know how to reach him. And even if I did, what would I say? Every appointment, every ultrasound, every flutter of movement inside me came with guilt and fear and shame. I started overanalyzing everything. The dates, the timelines, the resemblance. Would the baby look like Marcus? Or like Derek? Would Marcus notice? Would he ask questions? I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I smiled in public and cried in secret. There were nights I wanted to tell Marcus, to confess, to beg for forgiveness. But I looked at him with Layla on his lap and Jaden building blocks at his feet, and I just couldn't. I told myself it didn't matter. That this baby would be loved. That Marcus was the father in every way that counts. But the truth is, a part of me died that night. A part of me that will never feel innocent again. This is the secret I carry. One night, one kiss, one choice, and a child who may or may not belong to the man who loves me most. This is my confession, and I have to live with it.